This box is back on KFAN. We have 9 chances for you to win $1,000 every weekday. That's every hour from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. To enter the keywords and learn more, head to KFAN.com. Bonus box is presented by BigDeck.com.
You know, tend to be to answer your question about would the teacher robot from robotics be able to handle school discipline? It might bring spankings back into the classroom again, but then again, maybe not. Hey, here we are. I'm the common man, Dan Coley's tend to be, the legendary one, Mark Rosen of Channel 4 Sports is your whole life, just sports fame, joins us now. And let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Kyler Murray, he can run a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible that the Vikings start going for it on fourth down situations more often with Kyler Murray?
Interesting proposition. I guess
think so.
I think it's always, depending on game situations, what the score is, where they are. I mean, they're at their own 20-yard line is 4th and 1. I don't likely see them going for it, but if the other opponent's 20-yard line.
Dan Campbell would.
Well, that's why Dan Campbell got beat a lot of times for those decision-making. It didn't work out as well for him the second time around. You know, when you have the best kicker in the NFL, if you're in field goal range and you have a chance to add 3 points, I think you're probably more apt to do that. But it's all about game situations. But yes, in theory, yeah, you got a guy that can maneuver pretty well. I'm not saying you're going to do the tush push. I don't think they are. You don't have a moose like Jalen Hurts that's going to be able to push himself, forward the way he does. He's so strong. Kyler's not built that way, so I don't know. I mean, yes. I mean, they depending on the circumstances, I think they may go for it a little bit more this year.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think the I don't know what the odds are. I mean, obviously Campbell had a lot of success for a while, and so did Philly with the 4th and 1 and the tush push in particular. Seemed like it was unstoppable for a while there. There was a vote to outlaw it, and it was turned down, and it continues now, I think, with the same frequency as we've seen it, but it still can be very effective. But you got to have, obviously, the right quarterback, in particular, and the right guys up front to make that happen. And not to say that you can't fake, hand off to a running back and then just try to skirt around one of the ends to pick up the first down. But Kyler gives him a much better chance, I think, because he's a little more elusive and he's smaller in stature. That might be hard for those big, dopey defensive linemen to find him.
How long do you think you'll have to use the cane?
I don't have to use it the whole time now. I mostly use it. I don't use it in the house very often. I use it
as a prop.
No, I use it when I'm out because of the uneven pavement. I'm still a little wary of extra steps and not having a smooth pavement to walk on. I just came from a different doctor appointment, and I have it, but I just
Dr. Wolf?
No, it wasn't. I saw Dr. Wolf on Monday. Foot doctor today. Yeah, just kind of.
A podiatrist?
Yeah.
Does Sheldon recommend him, or?
No. I haven't seen Sheldon.
Is he the Vikings team podiatrist?
I don't believe he is, no. He's not.
You could use that cane later on, sort of like Fred Astaire, like you could sing into the rain.
It's got a nice copper kind of look to it, yeah.
I'm old school. I like a wooden cane myself. You've got a high tech.
I don't say it's high tech.
Oh, it's high tech.
I never imagined. I felt really uncomfortable using it the first couple times I did it. I thought, God, I'd rather not use this at all. I thought for sure I'd be using crutches, and never used them once. It
is golden color, but I think when you bought it, it was just a basic black. But everything you touch turns to gold.
You're good.
Everything the legendary Welsh, it's true. Everything you touch turns to gold.
It sure does.
I love the way you had to correct Nordo the other day. He introduced his daughters to you and said. And he said, this Mark Rosen's been on TV for 40 years. You right away just went 50.
Well, I'm proud of it.
Yeah, and
as if they care.
Well, that was my point. I don't
they
think
don't care if it was 10.
That's why.
They're very cute together. Yeah, they're very funny. Yeah,
it's nice to see Nordo and company out there.
Yeah, it sure was.
And,
it was a fun afternoon.
It was nice seeing your wife yesterday.
Yeah, she stopped by the booth. She was there last night. They had the owners. Annual kind of dinner over at the Omni. So she had dinner with Mark and Ziggy and the rest of the executives last night.
Were you invited?
No. was not. I was not spouses.
So not friends, families, or spouses? In this
No,
case.
it was just. So no, they had a dinner last night, and
was it? And was it just the?
Yeah, it wasn't anything formal.
Okay,
it wasn't like
just a casual thing.
Yeah, I think the
it wasn't really business related.
No, it wasn't at all. They had that. I think the Wolves stuck around this morning. They had their football meeting. The Vikings are off practice wise today, but the Wolves were here this morning before they flew back to New Jersey. So
I hear they're selling the team.
I sure heard about that. That might be the most preposterous thing I've heard.
Well, people say that it was as an intrepid reporter, when you see the Seahawks sell for that kind of money, you want to ask the Wolves. But to me, you have to actually see some type of, there's no reason. They love them. They love them.
It's not just, it's the offspring are very much involved in the football business. And Leonard Wilf and Ziggy's brother and Mark and his kid, it's not as if, I guess you can use the example of the poll ads. They're all in different businesses. And of course, a lot of the Wilf family business is real estate out east. And obviously a lot of the offspring, a lot of the older adult kids are involved in that on a day-to-day basis. They're not poring over stats sheets of the Vikings, when they're back in New Jersey. But the football business is extremely important to them, and they are very passionate about it. And, you never say never, but I think generational, they're set up, to have that continue on. And, it's not like Ziggy's an older man and Mark certainly isn't. And Mark's the one who's more of the face of the team, but they're pretty bright guys. They kind of get the big picture of what's going on. And no, they have less than zero desire to sell the football team.
Yesterday, if I have my days, they get crossed up sometimes when I'm reading, the various, media reports. Kyler got the largest amount of work with the first team by a long shot, too. Right. I think it was also since the starting of training camp, it's like he's had 2/3 of the reps with the first team, and McCarthy's only had about a third of it, which would lead you to believe they're prepping Kyler Murray to be the starting quarterback. So I think a lot of us tend to believe. Or you could say, well, he doesn't know the offense as well, because he shouldn't. Because McCarthy, even though he's been injured much of the time, he has been with the team for 2 full years, and now this is going on his 3rd year. So I would think even with changes in the offense, because every coordinator, they tweak it some to a large degree, I would assume. But you would think he'd be more up and running on the offense than
even the
Murray.
Forgotten quarterback on the roster right now, the veteran Carson Wentz. I mean, you don't hear his name mentioned much in terms of how many reps he's getting. He probably doesn't need many. He knows the offense better than either one of those two guys, probably. I'm sure Carson will see more than his share of snaps in those 3 preseason games. I mean, and Max Brosmer, before he either gets sent to the so-called practice squad, taxi squad, or else gets released. That's probably the way it's going to work out. But I wouldn't be. I mean, I have no way of knowing any of this. But I'm just saying, I think maybe even before the first preseason.
Or you have
game,
a way of knowing.
No.
You've got an inside source.
I would be surprised if Kyler's named starting quarterback by middle of next week.
Tennessee, can you hear the murmur?
Oh my gosh!
Is that what they're telling you?
No one's telling me that. It's just my spider sense.
Okay.
I think based on kind of what you just said, I think it's important. This time goes really fast when you start playing these games, and again, you're not prepping, you're not game planning. The Vikings aren't spending any time prepping, game planning for the New York Giants and what they're going to present. They're just trying to run their kind of vanilla plays and get as many bodies in there and take a look at some of the younger players, some of the guys that might be trying to make the team from the cut line, special teams, whatever it might be. But it's we all know by now. We've seen it year after year after year. I mean, there's a football game tonight. So
will you be watching?
I honestly forgot until I was just well, it might be more scoring than what I saw from the Twins' anemic offense last night. My God, they're just.
Well, the Cameron guy's a good pitcher.
Well, Dobnak hasn't been a good pitcher, and the Twins couldn't hit him. I mean, it's very frustrating, and they get the bases loaded. And I know we're getting
never good enough for you.
bases loaded, nobody out, because Royce Lewis he lays down a perfect bunt to the first base side. Bases loaded, nobody out, and then Caratini hits into a double play. Actually, my guy Bobby Witt made a really nice play at short. You know, Caratini's not fleet of foot, so they doubled him up pretty easily. The run scores from third. That was it.
It's never good enough for you, is it?
No. It better not be good enough for the manager or the guys in that clubhouse. Anyway, I'll probably still. They got one more game tonight. I'm not going to watch.
Are you at liberty to say where that dinner was last night? That Carn was
at the Omni.
Oh, it was at the Omni.
Yeah, it was just next door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like a secret dinner. It was just a executive dinner with
at Kindred Hearth or at.
I assume so. I don't know if they had a private dining room.
Have you eaten at Kindred Hearth?
Love it there.
It's good food.
Yeah, it's very good. Great pizza.
Yeah. Wood fired.
Wood fired pizza.
Wood stove fired, yeah.
That place has worked out really well. That's where the Vikings stay, I think, the night before games, and they've had a lot of events out there. And no, it's a nice setting out there. But that's what I think where they have.
What Carn have for dinner did she eat?
I have no idea. I didn't ask her when she got home.
What'd you have for dinner? You were batching
I had my leftovers. I had I had my meal plan. I had chicken with a really nice sauce on it, roasted carrots and potatoes, and a salad with it. So it was really tasty.
Yeah,
it's warm. Just zapped it.
What kind of Chef Mike was working last night?
No, it wasn't Chef Mike. I don't know the name of the chef.
No, Chef Mike, microwave.
That's true.
It's Chef Mike was working.
$1.45, and it's ready to go.
What kind of sauce was it?
I don't know. It was kind of a little bit of a pepper sauce.
Oh, nice.
It's a nice little sting to it. So I liked it.
Did you make that?
No. It came prepared. This was one.
I thought you were cooking. No, I thought you were going to start taking lessons, and you were going to be like Hank Meadows, like Chef Tell.
We got time. We're not into the fall yet. We're going to have more. Trying to get more time.
You and I don't have a lot of time left. You're 75. I'm 67.
I'm not 75.
Oh, you're 74.
I'll let you know when I'm 75 because we'll have a big celebration here. I'm sure you'll a big cake and it's in November. You know when it's going to be? Right before I go to Vegas with the power trip.
Are you going to Vegas with the power trip?
Absolutely. It's a big deal. What's their 40th anniversary?
Power trip. They've taken over Vegas.
I'm going with Lawyer Lambert. I can't go to Vegas without my buddy Lawyer Lambert.
When are they going? Oh, when is that date?
I can tell you if you give me.
Yeah, could you look that up? Because that sounds like that might be kind of fun.
It's November 18th.
Oh, what a bad break for me.
Right after my birthday.
Yeah, what a bad break for me. I can't make it there on that date. That's an unfortunate. I'd sure like to be with the power trip in Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas.
It's so much funny. Laughing in Las Vegas. They're going to call it Laughing in Las Vegas. The power trip takes over. T.I.
Everybody's going. Oh, my goodness.
Who's everybody?
Well, everyone that's been on the show, I talked to, I did my podcast with
Where did
Mark
we get
Parrish.
The tactical?
Mark Parrish the other day. He's going. And
but where did we get the money to buy all these tickets and hotel rooms?
I assume there's some trade involved. I don't know. I'm not on the show anymore.
I'd like to go. Tenby, how about you?
I would love to go.
I've
been on the show before.
I remember being in Vegas with you.
I like the power trip. I like Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I like traveling.
I don't understand. Ask the guy in the coroner's office.
All right, let's do
Funny
this.
we didn't go to Vegas for our 25th.
Yeah.
25-year anniversary.
It never happened.
Huh.
Never going to.
Interesting.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. Tenneby's got a keyword for us, National Cash Contest.
Yeah, the fan and BigDeck.com. Want to give a shot to win bonus bucks with our National Cash Contest. Just enter the keyword new at KFAN.com now for a shot at winning. The keyword is new. Enter now at KFAN.com.
After 40-plus years.
Calling all Foreigner fans, Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner, will be at Allianz Field on August 15th with Gear Daddies. Enjoy free tastings of beer, wine, and cocktails for all ticket holders. Go to KFAN.com. Keyword contest for a chance to win tickets to the show.
Couple 13-14 past. I'm Common East Tenby. Mark Rosen here as well. So how long ago was your knee surgery?
6 weeks.
And you're still getting Meals on Wheels?
I'm getting no.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's very funny.
Hey, yeah, I thought you'd think so.
No, we wanted to try out. Karn's pretty busy these days, and I'm busy. Well, not really, but
no, you got nothing to do.
But we like cooking, as you know. I talk about it all the time. But we wanted to try the service just to see where the meals are prepared.
Right.
Deliver them to your house, and just 3 meals, and that was it.
Yeah. Meals on
give
Wheels.
It a shot. Yeah, whatever it might be.
Well, you're not as mobile as you used to be.
Well, not the moment.
Yeah.
I'm getting better. I'm way ahead of schedule.
Have you installed the shower that you walk into now? So
no. I had to.
The door, the bathtub with the door.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Have you done that yet? Your home?
I had to use the walker for a while.
Right.
That Sue Marshall lent me, and I kept saying to myself, I'm making this up. Jim, the late great, one of my football heroes, Jim Marshall.
Jimmy Marshall.
I got to use his. Sue had a bunch of this equipment and stuff that leftovers. Come on over. I'll take care of all the stuff you need. And I went. It inspired me every time I was on the walker saying, "Okay," I could hear Jim's voice going.
Jim was talking to you.
Get your butt in gear, man. No days off. No stuff.
And look at you now.
And I did. I mean, you got to use whatever you can for motivation. And I heard the captain's voice in my head. No, I'm not. No, I'm pretty much free and clear. And it's just nice to drive around and elicit sympathy.
We mentioned the Twins' loss. They've lost 4 or 5 in a row now. And it's I talked about this with Tennessee. It's I know this. It always seems like it's just kind of part of Minnesota sports. You have a team that's been the ownership group, the Pohlads, the fans aren't real happy with them. Disliked by many fans, reviled by others. They know Tom Pohlad said so, and he, true to his word, said, if we feel like we're competing, when comes trade deadline, we'll be buyers rather than sellers. They do. They get 4 pretty good arms. Mm-hmm. Not the best in the business, but good. But of course, then your second All-Star now looks like I've not heard anything yet. They were going to do some testing. They think he might have some kind of a flexor glute kind of a thing or something, Ryan, because Ryan he has not pitched well his last 3 or 4 starts. And you think you bring in reinforcements from the Illinois National Guard and you think, hey, this might be kind of fun, and then you lose your all-star. We haven't lost him yet, but he hasn't pitched well. Looks like he might be out. Buxton, your other all-star, he's been in and out. It's like when it rains, it pours. You finally get some help, and you think maybe we'll make this kind of fun, and then you lose 2 of your best players.
Well, Ryan looked. The strange thing was I happened to catch his 1 inning that he pitched in the All-Star game, and he was lights out. I think he had 2 strikeouts, and I think that's the Joe Ryan that we know, and he was going to just pick it up from there and lead the Vikings, lead the Twins staff the second half of the season, and it's been downhill. And they gave him an extra day off, thinking his arm was a little tired, whatever the reasoning they used. But now, and I watched him pitch the other night, and it was like, man, doctor, I don't know what's wrong with him, but man, he was off. I mean, his delivery, velocity, location, everything was just off, and they were hitting him pretty good. That's what I said to you the next day. I said, there's something wrong with this guy. They'll be sending him home this second time. And I think, he's supposed to miss his start on Sunday here and, go from there. But you're right. At least they picked up a couple other pitchers. But right now, the bats are gone silent. I mean, against, they weren't real active against Kansas City last time they played them. And now, last time it was at Cameron, he had them. I mean, for whatever reason, it seems like over the years, over the decades, I'm not saying soft throwing left-handers, but guys that are kind of cagey, use that term, cagey left-handers, really give the Twins fits. And that he fit the mold last night. The Twins really did nothing to, I saw they had a stat up, I think I was watching last night. His last couple starts been really, really good. But before that, his ERA was like 9.79 the last time.
Yeah, it hasn't been good.
Yeah, and then the Twins did nothing last night. And again, like I said, they had 1 inning. And when they took a 1-0 lead, they had the bases loaded, nobody out. And Caratini hit what looked like a 2-run single, and Bobby Witt made a really nice play and turned it into a double play, and that was the end of the offense for the Twins.
This wouldn't be the first time Joe Ryan has not told us about an injury, right? Didn't he do that a year or 2 ago, where he had some type of an injury? He was trying to pitch through it, and look, we all admire a guy who's going to gut it out, right? But if you can't pitch, if you have an injury and you're not, it's preventing you from performing at your best, then you're hurting yourself. You're hurting the team. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, he really hasn't even said anything. It's all been sort of mysterious where I don't know. arm fatigue. I think it's gone. I mean, he's been very, and I would assume he's very, if you're an athlete, and especially if you're as successful as he has been, I'm sure it does. It's annoying and depressing even that you now have an injury and you don't know what it is for sure and how long it's going to be. And instead of saying something, you keep pitching. It doesn't make
well, especially if it's involving like a core injury as opposed to an arm. If his arm is hurting and he feels it and his elbow getting the pain, he's out of there. He's going to protect his career immediately, thinking, "Oh, I can't pitch through this." He probably felt like I could pitch through this, whatever soreness I'm feeling. But it doesn't take much to get out of whack. And as you've talked about, I mean, all of a sudden your velocity drops a mile or two, and that's enough. But it's mostly location. And he was serving up some pretty easy balls to hit the other night to the Royals. And I don't care what major league team you are, you're going to hit him. And he was definitely off. And so I think that's where Derek Shelton has said it. They got to just shut him down until he's really ready to come back, because there's still plenty of opportunity to kind of get back into this thing, because the wild card race remains. It's just the problem now is that there are more teams in the chase. There's probably 3-4 teams ahead of the Twins right there with that one game separation between the last wild card team and the rest of the batch chasing them.
This is not from the Bradshaw and Brian KFAN text line. This is from my personal text line. It's from Meat Sauce. It says, "You're not listening to Rosen." How does he know that? He can't see me. I don't think these cameras aren't on all the time, are they? Tend to be Rosen. I mean, Meat Sauce can't see me, right? How does he know I'm not listening to you?
I don't understand. He's
well, during Viking season, you'll be able to watch all the shows from now on Mondays.
Oh, really?
KFAN.com/watch.
Right?
All Mondays, yeah. You'll be able to watch the comment program.
wow.
Regardless of what day it is.
Well, Rosie won't be in, though. So.
No. What if it's a Monday night game? We'll do it Tuesday then. Do you think we'll do it on Tuesday rather than Monday, regardless of what game it is? Well, anyway,
I think Sauce is probably waiting for his. I think he's talking about. I don't know which is MLB or one of his video games. He's playing still at his age.
He doesn't still play video games.
Of course he does. Those guys are. They never grow out of it. Of course, I should talk. My son still plays them too, and he's
how sad.
Once in a while, I think he still does. But I think he was waiting for the new arrival, like he's a 12-year-old kid.
Well, you know what? You know what else he does? The other day, he went to Target to get athletic sauce.
What happened?
And he came back with Home Alone 2 on Blu-ray DVD.
That's funny.
That's Meat Sauce's material, flop, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
All right, let's break. Another segment to go. I got a couple of other items I want to bounce off of you. We'll do that. It's Common, Tenna, and Rosen right here on the Van.
Promote your company on the program. Marketing at KFAN.com to learn more about the power of audio. Marketing at KFAN.com.
And after playing that promo, Fantasy Football World, all is right with the world. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with my Saturday morning. Tana, how about you? With no Fantasy Football Weekly, it's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Sort of like
my favorite fantasy football podcast.
Just wandering around in the wilderness. Void of form. Nothing to do.
Zero.
Nobody to get advice from, and now he's back.
Yeah.
He's back.
And they're taking over the world.
They're taking over the world. They're taking over the fantasy football world is what they're doing. Esteemed columnist, Fish Wrap Factory, Westside, LaBelle Neal III wrote, I think it was a day or two ago, he was talking about Hughes. Why can't I ever remember his first name?
Quinn Hughes.
Quinnesota, right? Quinnesota.
Yep.
No reason for Wild fans to get antsy over a deal not being announced yet. Both sides want one to happen, but recent history tells us these negotiations can take time. And it seems to be what we all sort of had been discussing, it more than anything. I don't even know so much the dollars, but it's the length of the contract. It's apparently is now that. Have they changed it from you could sign the longest contract you could sign was 8 years and now it's 7? Is that what the change was? Tenneby?
Well, it's as of right now.
Okay.
And I think this might change, but as of right now, the current team you're on can sign you up to 8.
Okay.
If you were to hit the free agent market, it's 7. So it's given like a little bit of an advantage to the current team.
Okay. And what everybody seems to believe, and I don't think I've heard Quinn say this. I don't think anybody has. If he has said it, it's been reported. I missed it. He's not said he wants to sign a shorter deal because he and his brother to be free agents at the exact same time so they can pick a team together. But that's what the assumption is by everybody, and I think that assumption is probably correct. So this would lead me to believe really all they're talking about might still be a little bit about the money, but it's just basically, I would assume the Wild, like Tennessee said, he'd rather, if he owned the team and he was the GM, he'd want to sign Hughes to the longest deal possible. I kind of like that shorter deal because you never know for sure if a player. I don't think Quinn is the kind of guy that's going to all of a sudden his skills are going to evaporate, but injuries, whatever the case may be. But either way, it sounds like we're probably looking at more like a 3-year deal. Is that what it would probably be, Tana?
That's always the thought, is to line it up with his brother, Jack, in New Jersey.
Well,
he's got 4 more years total, so there'd be 1 plus the 3.
Yeah. Okay. Quinn will be 27 about when the season begins in early October. So he's right in the peak of his career, and you're going to get, I think still the best version of Quinn Hughes on this hockey team. And we saw the impact he made on them last year. And now they're still, I don't think even though hardcore Wild fans are really wringing their hands or losing a lot of sleep over it right now, given the way that these negotiations normally go with Billy Guerin. I don't think anyone's been sounding the alarms that he's getting stiff-armed by his agent, et cetera, et cetera. I think Wild fans are probably more concerned about how they're going to, get another center on this team. And I don't, all the Larkin talk seemed to have quieted down after, then Yzerman got fired in Detroit, and we haven't heard anything new about that. And it's not to suggest that still can't happen, but, how will the Wild be a better hockey team this year, even once, hopefully, that Hughes is signed to a long-term deal? Are they appreciably better? Are they better because some of the younger guys are going to step up and give them that? I don't know. I mean, they were pretty damn good last year, but weren't good enough to get over the hump.
Last year they weren't, but that doesn't mean if the team comes back like it is, it couldn't be enough.
100%. But when
puck luck, the way the puck bounces,
Sure, and
they were a top 5 team in the NHL last year.
So. No, I'm just saying that we've felt that we've sensed this all the time because they've had trouble advancing. Let's just face it. They've done it, but not to the extent, and they always say, well, the format's not, format's the format. You can't avoid the avalanche, can't avoid, but it's a nice thought to have. I think they're good enough to, they'll be in the same position. And again, they're getting, the Quinn Hughes is, the really the guy that makes everything go. And I think there's probably a little bit more expectations from Kirill right now about what this team needs to do for him to even take another step to be that guy that's not only present for as many games as possible, but as effective as, even more effective this year, is to score more and be that centerpiece for this hockey team.
And his contract kicks in this year, so.
That, exactly.
With big money comes big expectations.
100%. What's he making, 17?
I'll be making $17 million this year.
Yeah. Hughes is making $10 million, I think, right now, right?
I think he was making in the 7s because he was on his last contract.
Well, 2020, it said here 2026 salary $10.25 million.
I'm going off of the AAV, which is
you might be,
which is the cap hit, which is
got it
for our purposes. It matters the most, but yeah,
right.
He'll be making around Kirill Kaprizov money at least on an annual basis.
That's not bad.
The center thing. What I like about Bill is he appears to be a guy that's going to wait and be patient with it and not just try to make a move, right? Like Vincent Trocheck of the Rangers was the name being thrown out last year, even to a certain extent this summer. And Trocheck's a quality player on our team. He'd be a top 2 center. But I think Bill's waiting to make a big splash, and you never win that. You don't know when that's going to come around.
No, you don't.
So, but it's not Dylan Larkin. I still think it could be Dylan Larkin, and it doesn't have to be in the offseason. It could, they acquired Quinn Hughes in the middle of the season last year.
Right.
At some point, one of those guys can be available, and Bill's shown that he's willing to swing the bat at those. Who knows? Maybe Austin Matthews, 2 months into the Toronto season, isn't happy there. They were one of the worst teams in hockey last year. He could be available. Dare I say the biggest pipe dream of all, Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid is overrated.
You know, you never know if he might want to get out of Edmonton. Someone else that we're not expecting could pop up. And the key is to don't give away your assets in case that day ever happens.
Correct.
This text message came into the Bradshaw and Bryan KFAN text line. It says, what an original take. 2 boomers employed handsomely by sports media complaining about video games.
What?
Well, I wasn't complaining. I can only speak for myself. Common wasn't complaining. I was expressing my sadness for society. That if you spend many of your waking hours playing video games, I sympathize. I feel bad for those people. But it's what some people would say the same thing about playing golf.
Yeah,
that's what I like to do.
People, whatever floats.
Matter of fact, I shot a 77 today. Well, I didn't even do a Wheel of Topic today.
Oh.
What happened to Wheel of Topic? Has it been getting repaired or what?
No, I just
we're getting it updated.
I just forgot to do it. 77's a pretty good score. 5 bogeys and 13 pars.
Really good.
It was an experience that was not unlike that of a PGA Tour.
Where'd you play?
Prestwick at Wedgwood and Woodbury.
Mm-hmm.
2 sand saves today, too.
Oh.
And, I mean, kick-in sand saves.
Wow.
That's how
incredible.
My sand game, all because of one tip from Master Professional Craig Warren. He said, when you pull a club back, you take it to 12 o'clock. And then when you release it, how far you release the club dictates how far the ball goes. And I would always thought, well, if you go from 12 to 12, the ball's going to go a lot further. That's not the case. That'll go shorter. So if you want a little bit longer, I can't explain it. You have to. I'll show it to you sometime. Would you like to go golfing sometime? You and I haven't golfed in a long, long time.
No, that's my goal is to get back doing it. That's one of the reasons why I got the surgery too. It's not comfortable when you can't walk.
Here's some list radio for you. Lazy radio. Another one of those CBS stories. These are that water cooler kind of talk. It says of each NFL team's who will be their next Hall of Famer. And then it lists the possibilities for every team. Now, some of these teams, like the Cardinals, it ain't nobody currently on the team right there.
I can't think of anyone.
They're going back to, I think, is it Bubba Baker, Buddha Baker, or some Baker of some sort. Candlestick Maker, I don't know. For the Vikings, who do you think? Now, there are still players, I think. You decide if it's good.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you any hints.
All right.
It's because there are many Viking players that have retired. Their contracts have expired, and they could be, they could be considered Hall of Fame type players. So there's a lot of them still out there. And then there are current players on the team. If you like, who do you think CBS Sports has picked? They're just picking one for each team.
Well, there's no doubt Adrian Peterson will be the next one in.
Well, that's already been decided.
No, but he's not. No.
Oh, he's not in?
No. And I think it's next year. He's going in the Vikings Ring of Honor this year.
That's
but
what
no, he's not been. No, he has not been.
They think it's Justin Jefferson.
Well, that's on the current roster. Yes, JJ's without easily would be the number one Viking. That would be on the current roster. That would be.
Well, I guess this is all current roster. I take that back.
Okay,
a current roster.
Well, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Well, then that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
Are there any other options?
Well, that's the thing. They've got. Here's the other ones. Detroit Lions, Aiden Hutchinson.
No, yeah.
He's had one good year.
Yeah.
The other year he was hurt. I mean, he's been okay. I mean, I know he takes up when he isn't making the sacks or getting all the pressure. Sometimes he's double teamed, but that's. I mean, let's
not even the conversation.
Let's have 8, 9, 10, 12
what
years.
About Amon-Ra?
Yeah, I don't know, but let's have it. You could say him. Let's have 8, 9, 10, 12 years of someone with some being a dominant force before you start talking about Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, normally you point right to the quarterback, and that's...
We're not pointing here, that's for sure.
No, we're not. No, we are not. It's not like A-Rod will go in as a Packer, and...
your wife's from Iowa, right?
No, she's not from Iowa. She went to Iowa Law School.
She went to Iowa Law School. She went to Iowa Law. But don't her parents live in Iowa?
No, they live in Westbrook, a farming town down in southwestern Minnesota.
Oh, so close enough to Iowa.
Basically the same thing.
Yeah, basically the same thing.
It's closer to South Dakota. But,
is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why?
Well, because I was trying to get to, will you be going to the Field of Dreams games with the Twins and the Phillies?
Oh, I'd love
because it's
to.
Iowa. So I thought her parents lived in Iowa.
No, they don't. They live in Westbrook. Yeah.
How far is Westbrook from where Field of Dreams is? Maybe you guys could make a road trip.
What's the date on that?
It's coming up in a couple weeks. August 20.
I guess the Phillies, right?
Yes.
And that would be fun. That really would be fun to go to. But no, I don't. I'm already getting tied up with Viking stuff and pregame shows and the like. So no, I will not be going. Dyer's that name it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be a blast for those guys.
August 13th. It's next week.
Oh my God!
You're not doing anything next week. You got time. You're retired.
I'll be out with Tenna at.
Oh yeah.
PCO,
oh boy!
Watching the Vikings practice. One of the before
they're
the
off
Giants
today.
Game. Right.
I thought that was strange. I don't remember taking midweek days off. Maybe they do that all the time. But I don't remember. I thought they worked. I thought the weekends they had off. Well, they
usually have a even going back to Mankato days,
really?
They would have like a Wednesday off and give the guys a day off. And so, yeah, it's not unusual. They'll be back at it, tomorrow. And then next week they'll ratchet things up a little bit more and, get ready for I'm saying getting ready. They're not really getting ready for their first preseason game against the Giants. The one
the youngsters are.
Yeah, the ones that are getting a chance to play. Sure, and I think that's why people will still be very interested in watching it, and it's fun. Football's back tonight, but I mean, again, I'm not particularly locked into watching backups play for the most part in a game that means nothing to anybody here. Is it the Panthers and some? I'm not interested in that, but certainly for the Vikings and the Giants, and then obviously when the Ravens come to town here for those two practices they have ahead of the game here. Their one lone home preseason game on the 22nd. And then they, right, is that it? Oh, they got one more after that, don't they?
During 5-3-4 today,
yeah.
Tennessee had Minnesota Golden Goal for over-under for Big Ten wins. The over-under was 3.5.
Just for Big Ten games.
Big Ten games.
I take over that.
You would?
Oh, yeah.
Tennessee got the schedule. What do you got, Tennant?
I just have a caller that wanted to jump on.
Oh.
Just informing you.
Go ahead. Put them on.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I don't. Who do we have? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
Oh, hello. This is Chef Gianluca. Rosen's friend from Tuscany.
Chef
remember me, Mark.
Gianluca. How are you, my friend?
Gianluca or Gianluca. You can Chef Luca, Gianluca or Gianluca. You can say it both ways.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, you can pronounce it both ways, which is what you like to do anyway.
Yes, I like to do it.
You met him while you were in Italy, right?
I did. DiVincenzo or DiVincenzo. It doesn't matter.
Yes,
what's going on?
I was just listening to the iHeart Radio.
Yes, very nice.
And I
Thank
hear you want to learn to cook. I hear.
I have my eye on a couple different recipes. I want, especially Italian. I think Italian's the only way to go. Since when I was in Italy, I took a cooking class over there, and I've an appreciation for the fine cuisine that they serve over there with the pasta and the oregano and everything that goes olive oil.
Well, I would have loved it. I would love to share my knowledge of all my years of cooking with you.
Wow, that's very kind
of you.
Would you like
me to help you with some lessons?
I would love that.
Sure.
Is there a website or a phone number or something?
Well, let me ask you a couple questions just to get started. Figure out your level. Do you know how to boil the water?
Boy, whew. I'd say 50-50. Yeah, I'm pretty good at boiling water. Yeah, you can't just stare at it though, because boiling water doesn't boil unless you're not looking at it. Yes, I do know how to boil water.
That's a good point, Mark. You're a very smart man. Very smart man.
It's interesting. Your voice sounds very familiar to me.
All is good. Well, we met in Tuscany.
Of course.
His voice sounds.
Some even say I made them. Some even say the best meal they ever ate was at that restaurant.
That's very true. It was memorable for so many reasons. And what else? What other questions? So I got the boiling water down.
Most chefs will just tell you the first thing you need to learn to cook well, perfectly, is an omelet. Do you know how to make omelet?
Oh, yeah, I make omelets, yes. 3-egg omelets.
Oh.
With ham and cheese and
3-egg omelets. I've been all over the country, all over the world, and I've eaten many omelets. And I have to tell you, now you've been to Tuscany. You know, the best omelet I've ever had. You want to know where that was?
No. Yes, I do.
That was at Perkins in a Bloomington.
That's...
The Denver omelet. The Denver omelet is
hard to
so
beat
good
that.
there. You've got to go try it. Have you been to Perkins before, Mark?
I've been there a few times, and now you're whetting my appetite to thinking about that might be where I want to go tomorrow for breakfast, or maybe even tonight for dinner. No, I'm having dinner with my wife tonight. But
Chef, your accent's kind of coming and going here a little bit. For a minute, I thought you were talking. I thought you had a Jamaican accent. It kind of sounded like to me.
No. I'm from a Tuscany.
I see.
I speak the Italian.
Yeah. What part of Tuscany are you from?
Yeah, sure. You almost sound like you're from Sweden now.
Finland, Sweden. You're very confusing.
Oh, no, but Sweden, a very beautiful country.
Yeah, very much so.
I think you're confusing with the Muppet, the Swedish chef. That's not me.
The Swedish meatballs. Well, I appreciate the advice.
What else?
Anything else?
He's not done.
Oh, you're not done. Okay, all right.
What else do you like to cook? What else do you like to eat and cook, Mark? You tell me.
Well, again, I think pasta's great. I like a lot of
salmon.
Salmon. I make salmon. I make a lot of chicken, different variations of chicken on the grill, and also different spices they put on it. With some asparagus.
I could show you. I show you make a nice salmon with a béarnaise sauce on it, kind of like a hollandaise sauce. You know that?
I know exactly.
Oh, so good, so good.
Sounds delicious.
Also, a meat sauce. Do you want to learn a meat sauce?
Meat sauce? Yes, of course. Yeah, you got to have the right ingredients, the real
Isn't
stuff.
he that dumb guy that's on your show? Isn't he the dumb guy that's on the station?
That's one and the same. That's one and the same.
I was listening to this morning.
Yeah.
He is not very bright.
He's listening right now. Lucky.
Well, I teach you to make a great meat sauce, a bolognese sauce. It's my favorite. That's my specialty.
It's the best. It's the best. Well, you're making me hungry right now.
Well, I think this has been a good start, Mark.
Very good. I look forward
back frequently just to let you know.
We can hardly wait.
Give you some more lessons.
I will look forward to our follow-up conversation.
Thank you, Chef. I think he was going to say arrivederci, either that or sayonara.
I'm not sure. That's all the way from Tuscany, he called. Wow. It's impressive.
All the way.
I didn't realize. I didn't see any Perkins over there.
By the way, a text message came in, the Bradshaw and Brian KFAN text. Can you tell Google Maps, Rosen, that Westbrook is 47 minutes from Iowa and an hour, 2 minutes from South Dakota?
All right. Well,
so it's closer to Iowa than it is South Dakota.
I always hear them talk about going to South Dakota because that's where he goes fishing all the time. So
that just led you to believe it was closer?
Yes. But I don't know if it's closer to where the Field of Dreams game is being played. The border, yeah, probably, but I don't know.
I would think it would be, yeah.
Yeah. I've done the drive to Iowa City. I've done that a few times. And
when was the last time you were, other than going to that rustic cabin up in Cold Spring?
Right.
When was the last time you were outside the 494, 694?
A week ago, I drove to.
Oh yeah,
Mankato.
yes, you did go.
I went to St. Peter, then I went to Mankato.
Did you need Google Maps to find that? Because you don't leave
I've driven. I could drive to Mankato blindfolded.
But you don't leave the Twin Cities Metro that often, do you? I mean, just driving around Minnesota. I know you take extravagant trips, but you don't.
No, that's not. Well, I mean, for every summer. I mean, in fact, I was talking to Bob Hagan about it the other day. I would go up to Chase on the Lake.
Oh, okay.
I'd go up to Nisswa. I'd go up to that area all the time. Oh. Yeah, I mean, there was about a year or two ago, Tennessee and I were kind of astonished you didn't know where Lionel Lakes was, and that's just like up 35.
Well, I know. Well, W on it's 30.
Yeah, I mean, when I have to go somewhere, I'll Google it. But I was just drove to Mankato a week ago.
All right.
Yeah, had stopped at Jake's Pizza with the gang down there. That was good pizza. Good to see all those guys down there. It was fun.
Could you name a city or town near Mankato?
Besides St. Peter?
Oh, there you got it.
Say North Mankato.
North Mankato. Yeah, Mankato's under construction right now, so you have to kind of. What was Maxie's old hometown down there? Gaylord. Gaylord's down there. Yeah.
Cities near Mankato for 200.
Yes. I just Googled the Dairy Queens, find out where they are. You got to make a stop at a DQ. You have to stop at a DQ on the way back. Yeah. That's a must.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
man, we're about done.
I won't see you next week.
I can't believe it.
I'm off on vacation.
Well, good for you.
He sounds heartbroken.
Yeah.
I'm taking a week off. Week and a day is.
Yeah. Well, we'll hold on the fort. I'm
going to do something different. I'm going to play golf all day.
No, not here. Or